What up, brothers? It's your boy, Joshua Saki, back with another video, guys. You know it. Anyways, guys, this is going to be a little controversial, a little gross, a little out there and fucked up, but stay with me, okay? So, many of you who know me know I have a weird, sick sense of humor, and I'm interested in things that no one should really be interested in, like the paranormal or uh, horror, not really horror movies. Horror movies you can be interested in. I don't give a shit. But one of the things I'm really interested in, and I'm just like how they were used and how we've evolved from. Now we still do it sometimes. We still do this to people, but it's not as bad as it was back then. I could say. Now I'm talking about is torture. Right now, I have a list of 10 torture devices that I will tell you. Now, this is not my. Now, number one's my favorite of all of them. But, a few of them I renamed for ones that I thought were interesting, okay? So let's just get into this. Okay? Number one is the rack. Now, many of you don't know what the rack is. If you do know what the rack is, good for you. But the rack is an instrument that was used in basically up until late 1700s. What it was used basically was it was a board that and with 4 ropes attached to it and a crank wheel. And what you would do is you put someone on this crank wheel and you would ask them a question. Okay, torture is inspected, and they don't give you an answer at all. They don't give you a answer to your satisfactory. They insult you or just don't answer it. Like just don't participate. What my lunch said, participate. Just like a fucking this is a fucking video game, like a fucking game. Like you get a limit for participation in this torture. Yeah, no, sorry, but here, no, so you would crank it, and these ropes would be attached to the person's arms and legs, and it would stretch their arms and legs to the point where they would be pulled out of their socket. It also has been known to cause writing problems. So like where a person's writing sample, like originally, would be like one, and then after the rack, it would be unintelligible. Like you don't even know it would be the same person. If they could write, depending on what era it is, if they could write, then it was unintelligible. If they couldn't write anyways to begin with, what's the point, Number 2, the wheel. The wheel works a lot. I think the wheel is one of the most brutal punishments in this one. One of the brutal. So basically, what the wheel is, you were trapped to basically a wheel. You were tied to a wheel, your arms and legs, and kind of like this. Or depending on where it was, like this, like kind of like a sprite angel, in a way. And there would be a guy with a sledgehammer, and basically he would take the sledgehammer and pound your arms and legs. Now, basically your arms would be broken. No, there's no way your arms and legs would not be broken. I'm sorry to anyone who doesn't believe that. But it will be broken. Now, here's the thing. It's up to the I guess you could say the torturer, the one who's torturing the person, who's breaking with the sledgehammer, if they want to be merciful. If they want to be merciful, what they'll do is after they maybe do one arm or one leg, or maybe one arm and one leg, they'll just aim for your head and kill you instantly with that sledgehammer blows to your head. So, number 3 in my list is the Judas Cradle. Now, basically, what the Judas Cradle is you be lifted up by a system of pulleys and a rope, okay? And this cylinder, kind of like not cylinder, but like a triangular thing with a sharpened point, okay? And you be lifted over it and then lowered down by a system of pulleys and a rope, and to the point where you would actually go up through your butt, your anus, okay? And like legit, it was a sharpened point. So you're being basically anally penetrated by a sharpened wooden thing. The worst part was that since it's the Middle Ages and the medieval era, they didn't really clean the spindle, so there's a bunch of shit and blood and whatever it is on there. So if you didn't die from just the sheer trauma of that sharpened point going up your butt, you will die from infection. So number 4 is the saw. Now he's like, wait, what's a saw? What's that? Basically, it looks like this. Works like this. You're basically suspended by your legs upside down with your legs spread apart, and 2 people with a giant saw come in and saw you in half from basically your privates to your privates, or your ass to your all the way to the middle. If you don't die immediately from the way it works is the way you're suspended upside down, so all your blood rushes to your other parts of your body, your head, or your other parts, so it makes you live a lot longer, so you feel the pain, everything. Number 5, here, let me sit on this one so I don't get the... Okay, number 5 is the Iron Maiden. Now, the Iron Maiden is, I wouldn't even call it a torture, it's more of a death. Like, legit, you will die in the Iron Maiden. There's no way you won't. Like, when I think of torture, you're not really supposed to die after it. I mean, like, torture is supposed to be like, oh, it's excruciating. Well, you're not going to die after it. I mean, like, if you die from infection afterward, yeah, that's fine. But, like, if you die from, like, legit from the torture itself, it's not considered torture. It's considered the death penalty. And, the way Iron Man works was it was a giant sarcophagus, usually in the form of a woman, and it opened up into the side, and there were spikes arranged inside on both sides of the inside and on the door inside of the maiden, and someone would be put in there, and they would close the door. Now there was a peephole for eyes, so you could see if someone was in there or not. The problem is the way that the needles or the spikes were designed. It wasn't supposed to puncture any vital organ, so you would still be alive during in that torture. The only problem is after they opened the door, if you didn't die from the loss of blood that you was excruciating or something like that, then when they open the door, all your blood would spill out because you have puncture holes, like huge puncture holes in your body, and you would immediately die. Number 6 is the pillory. Now, pillory what's a pillory? You're probably thinking. Pillory is basically where you put your arms and head into a thing, and you're standing like this the entire time. And it's not only a torture, but it's also a way of public humiliation. Some people, you're put usually in like common areas like marketplaces, a square. And when I mean a square, I mean like a market, like a square, like in a city. A crossroad between 2 points where a lot of human traffic goes. And when I mean human traffic, I mean like people going from one place to another. And people were encouraged to basically do whatever the fuck they wanted to you. They threw rocks at you, threw rotten food. People would go up and kick them. Like legit, like it was like the most fucked up shit ever. People would even throw like shit at them, like legit their crap, poo at the person. Rotten food. In some cases, it would result in death because people would throw rocks and other dangerous objects at the person's face, okay? I mean, I'm not saying if I was in charge of the thing, like, if I was in charge of it, here's what I would say. I would just be like, yo, you can throw anything except rocks. I mean, this person's not supposed to die, he's supposed to be tortured. Not supposed to die, be tortured. Throw anything else you want, but not rocks. Okay? I think they can kill the person. Number 7, I call it glazing. Well, basically what glazing is, there's 2 parts to it, but I really like this. So basically what glazing would be, a person would be flayed, meaning parts of their skin will be ripped off their body. And then they'd be covered in either honey or something sweet, and then tied to a tree. And basically let insects basically kill them. The person will become a walking hive of insects. And basically the insects will eat them and lay eggs in them and like whatever. And basically that's what I call it glazing, because when you, after it, you kind of look like a giant glazed donut, human glazed donut, but without the honey part, and then when you add it, you look like a very crappy glazed donut with a lot of bugs on you. Number 8 is rat torture. Now you're like, what is rat torture? You must be thinking. Now, rat torture is pretty much one of the most fucked up and I think ingenious level of torture I've ever seen or heard of. Okay, basically what it is they're not even strapped down per se. Someone's put like laying on a bed, okay, and a person puts a cylinder full of, usually a metal cylinder full of rats on a person's open bare stomach area, okay, and then they light a match or light something and put kind of like the metal thing on fire, the cylinder near it is on fire. So when the metal expands and gets hot, the rats start to freak out and want to get out of there. So the only way to get out is in you. So they basically bite into you and get into you, and then basically if they don't claw you to death while you're inside, because you know rats have claws, and like hit your vital organs, they'll come out your mouth, so or your ass or wherever you can go out from. Number 9 is also this one was most likely rat torture was most likely fatal. Number 9 is the breast ripper, and the breast ripper was mainly used on blasphemers, witches, and basically any woman ever who did something that someone didn't like. The breast ripper basically is in the title. It's a metal prong that's in the form of like a sharp point, 2 sharp points, and you would clamp it onto a woman's breast and basically just pull at it until it rips off the breast. Literally. And then that's number 9. Also, you probably would die from the loss of blood from that one. Number 10 is pretty much the most fucked up, and I didn't even wince some pain when I heard about this one once. They call it the pair of anguish, okay? And the way it works is basically it's a pear-shaped object with 2 cranks or the crank, okay? And what you would do is you would either put it in a woman's genital area called a vagina, if you don't know what that is. If you guys don't know what I'm saying, you are old enough as you probably know what a vagina is. Anyways, okay, they put it in there and they crank the thing, and it would open up the pear shape would open up and basically flexible, do that like open up to the point where it rips literally the vagina. Or they would do it in the ass of a man. It was legit the worst thing you could have done to someone. And the part when it was usually done to the man was the man was convicted of homosexuality. That's basically it for this video, guys. That's end of my list. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Share videos on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.